We will get to the front of the Courier Mail, and speaking of not working, the headline there is, "This isn't working. COVID firewall declared insufficient as news site hit by plane noise fears." Queensland's hotel quarantine system is clearly insufficient and an alternative is seriously needed. Chief Health Officer Dr Jeanette Young has warned as the state grapples with its fifth potential leak of the virus in 2 months. Queensland's latest COVID scare comes after a man who likely became infected in hotel quarantine unwittingly spent 4 days in the community while infectious, including at Roma Street City Backpackers. Now, Caleb, I want to put a scenario to you. I certainly want to put a question to you. It's clear that hotel quarantine in this country has, as this says, failed spectacularly. Clearly insufficient. But surely, and we had a case today where a football player breached COVID protocols by walking out onto a balcony. Now, this particular fellow, he should be playing in the forwards. He shouldn't be playing in the backs because he's shown pretty ordinary form. But what I can say is, why is it that hotel quarantine is so susceptible to people catching? You're 100 times more likely to catch COVID in hotel quarantine than in the general public. And secondly, why don't they allow them to go out onto balconies and get some fresh air? Because keeping them enclosed the way they are, to my way of thinking, is inhumane.
Look, I'm not sure, to be quite honest, that hotel quarantine has failed so spectacularly as you say. We have had thousands, if not, verging on hundreds of thousands of people who have come back into this country through the hotel quarantine system. And the number of outbreaks that we have had as a result of that have been very few, perhaps a dozen, maybe 2 dozen. There really have not been that many outbreaks. Now, I talk about this in the context of the rest of the world, where, you look at overseas in the UK, where they're racking up tens of thousands of cases a day, right? And we get a few cases that come out of hotel quarantine and we go, oh, woe is me, the whole system has failed. In an international context, this system has worked exceptionally well. No system ever is going to be completely foolproof. But I agree with you that people should be able to go out on their balcony, for heaven's sake. I mean, these people are holed up in a hotel on their own. If they're lucky, they've got a partner with them, maybe they've got their children with them, whatever. But they are holed up in a room on their own. Now, that's not good for your mental health. If you've got no fresh air, that's certainly not good for your mental health. Going out on the balcony might be the one thing in those 2 weeks that allows you to have some sanity, to feel some normality about your life. There's no one else on that balcony. It's not like you're going out there and spreading the virus to everyone. This restriction in Queensland that you can't go out on the balcony, and in fact, authorities up there have been asking NRL players and their families and whatever to send photographs to them of having their balcony doors duct taped so they cannot open them. I mean, this is utterly ridiculous. You cannot tell me that that is the best health advice in the country. That is nonsense. Allowing people to go on their own balconies is purely humane. And it's just another example of this nonsense that has prevailed right throughout this pandemic. No one disagrees with the idea that we have to control the virus and prevent its, rampant spread. But when we are continually presented with crap like this, it just undermines the public health response at every turn. And is that really what premiers and chief public health officers want to do? They've got carried away with their own power.